Hey, I believe it's June the 25th, 2017, and I may or may not be live on the internet right now. I really have no idea. You might understand that my technology sucks for the most part, and it's hard getting on live successfully here in 2017 because my technology is a little bit falling behind. Right now, I'm on my phone attempting to do this live little broadcast. Of course, I don't expect anybody would know that I'm going to be on right now. So nobody really knows that I'm on right now, if they can even hear me. Or there might be people who know. I'm not sure. All right, I'm gonna give them a minute. I'm gonna give them a minute to, huddle in the little live broadcast I'm doing right now. If I am doing one right now. Right now, we're hanging out in my garden just for a second. It's 12:47 in the p.m. and I believe it's a Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. And we're just hanging out. I've watered my garden, this here garden. This is one garden, and actually it's not the whole thing, but back where you see those tires, I got tomato plants over there. I got back behind that little wall, I got cucumber plants over there and different other tomato plants. A whole lot of tomato plants and cucumber plants is what I've basically done. And there's other stuff like squash that's popping off, and I got zucchini that's popping off. And actually, this is not it, like, there's a whole different other garden. The stuff is popping off. Alright, I'm afraid to tell you. Stuff's really popping off. I just wanted to show y'all because, I'm not sure when's the last time I showed y'all my garden, and probably things were very, very small. Like, what I'm dealing with right now is a number of tomato plants that are just about as big as I am. And this year I went ahead and I evenly spaced them just enough to where they don't be touching each other. If you have tomato plants, man, you gotta understand that they're susceptible to disease, and if they're touching each other, it's contagious. They're gonna get. That's what happened to me last year. I planted more tomato plants close together, and it didn't work out. It's kind of a dumb idea, but I've been perfecting my methodology of planting tomato plants, and you do got to give them some space. And not only that, I had a whole bunch of cut up tires at my disposal, so happened to be, and so I took that and I took some chain link fence and I took that apart, and I made little cages because I didn't. I wasn't gonna spend no money. All right, I wasn't gonna spend money on this. It's all profit scene basically, for the most part. All right. All these tomato plants I grew from seed and things like that, like just all profit. Anyways, it's coming along nicely. In case anybody was wondering, it's starting to pop off. Like there have been tomatoes. I have a handful of tomatoes in my little abode waiting on me. So I already picked those. That's why you're not really seeing any tomatoes in there. There are tomatoes in there, but they're green. And it's going to take a few more days of sunlight, and they're going to start popping off. I figure in a couple weeks, I'm for sure going to have more tomatoes than I know what to do with, and cucumbers. And at that point, I'll probably wind up selling them off, or giving them to people, and just whatever I can find to do with them, because it's going to be a lot. Lord willing. It's looking crazy. All right, I wanted to do this live broadcast right now, and if you're in the chat room, you've been saying some stuff. I don't see you on my phone, so I don't know. But hey, man, what's going on? Thank you for joining me over in the room and leaving chat messages. Also, man, if you know what I'm saying, you check this out later and you weren't watching it live, leave a comment and stuff, man. It don't matter. I'll see it either way. But I was taking a moment out right now because I'm making a whole day of cleaning some stuff out, basically. Right? I'm also watering my garden and tending to my garden. Many times I will be making a day out of cleaning some stuff, dude. And, I'll get y'all some documentation on it. But basically, it's a bizarre situation in which, on the property in which I live, there's a big train. And eventually, we want to sell that train because it's like, dude, it's just sitting here. Basically, it's what that's what their sentiment is about the train. So if somebody's got to clean the train, get it all presentable for if people want to come by and go ahead and take a look at the train. So I'm going to go ahead and clean the train, but that's not going to take all day, really. Thing is, surrounding the train is an absolute nightmare disaster. Just like like if you took a garbage dump and you poured it on top of our stuff, it's insane, right? And that's also, you got people coming by trying to negotiate with them about a train. You're not going to want to be stepping all over everywhere. It's an epidemic, right? And so it certainly will take all day, all right? But once I get that situated, I think that's going to be a terrible, terrible success because the place in which I'm talking about has been filthy dirty for as long as I can imagine. Long, long time, all right? And it doesn't have to be that way. It can look very nice. Everything can look very peaceful around here. And that's what it's pretty much doing. I think it's all coming together. You know what I'm saying? We have a lot to be thankful for over here in Big Spring. Like I said, shoot, I'm dirt poor right now. I'll let y'all know. I won't want to let you know because it's embarrassing or whatever. Like, oh, I don't have no money. But I don't want to let people know. I want to make it look like I do have money. See, the thing is, me personally, I have everything that I could need. And way more than that, too. I got so much to be thankful for over here. That's not to be bragging or anything, because at the same time, I ain't got no money. Like, dude, I don't got none. But it's like, eventually I'm going to get some money. I'm not really worried about it. In fact, the Bible tells you don't be worried about it. Because stressing out is actually what's really bad. It's bad for your health, basically. And in the long run, stressing out where it's not necessary, it's bad for your health, and it's gonna come back to get you. And I've seen it. I've seen it time and time and time and time and time again and again, where people, they stress themselves out, man. It's bad for their body. Their body winds up falling apart, and they're gonna pay all sort of money at the end of the day in order for people to keep them alive. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. We don't have to live that way necessarily. All right, we can live for today, basically. And, you know what I'm saying, we can enjoy what we've been given so graciously. Now, he's given us a few clouds. And I sincerely thank him for that because, sometimes the Big Spring sun can beat down on you. Really beat down on your garden, too. All right, that's why I got all sort of shade and contraptions. All this stuff you see on there, these rags and stuff, that's shade, man. Big Spring sun get hot. It'll toast you up pretty good. And so clouds from time to time, very much appreciated. I heard that we might be getting some rain tomorrow or the next day. Full advantage of that. And this garden's popping off, alright. So I don't know what else I can show you about this garden, except it's popping off. And maybe later, maybe in a couple of weeks, I'll show you some red tomatoes if that's what the kind of stuff that you want to see and stuff. I'll bring y'all some. I'll let y'all see it at least. I'll ship them to you. I'll mail them to you if you give me your address. But anyways, I feel like this has been enough for a live broadcast. There's been a lot of things that we've been talking about recently, and they've just not been able to upload on the damn internet, and that's what's messed up. Right? It's like we have been talking about a lot of stuff y'all probably don't know because it's been all messed up. I've been trying to go live on the internet, trying to do this live thing, and you gotta have, I've done it before, you gotta have the situation environment just in order to pull on the whole time. I'll be able to see it in here. Alright, y'all, I got some stuff to do to get taken, and just have a relaxing day. I hope y'all have a blessed day and a relaxing day where everything's very clean and nice and neat. And you know what I'm saying? All right.